What is up, my viewers? Let's try this thing again. Spangle here, bringing you another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. Basically, what happened is I did this commentary, and then I went back and watched the footage, and apparently my voice wasn't recorded. Lo and behold, my mic settings got messed up again, and it had the wrong mic selected. Anyway, this is a viewer-submitted replay. The in-game name is obviously Andrew2012. He's running a platoon here with Devil Form in his M41. He is in his GW Tiger, a pretty powerful artillery, if I do say so myself. And he will basically be showing you guys how to play a high-tier artillery. He does have a YouTube channel. It is 4445. And he does do his own video stuff, but you know, it's not, to the best of what I saw, he does a lot of Minecraft stuff. So check it out if you want. You know, just one of those things. Let's enlarge the map here. So he will see a Panther 2 to the north. Yes, I have seen this replay. I believe we have covered this. And as you will notice, he has 3 AP shells in the barrel right now. He'll fire at that Panther 2. No one else has hit him yet, and he will one-shot that Panther 2. One thing I've noticed in this, when people send me replays, is a lot of people go off percentages. I don't know if that's just the default settings that it reverts to, or if that's the settings people run. I personally prefer the durability bar with hit points, just so I can see how much health someone has left, and know because I know the damage my guns do, and I basically lets me know how easily I can kill someone. So right off the bat, GW Tiger killing a T-32, AMX 50 killing a T-34, but they've killed an AMX 50-100. He's killed a Panther 2, and there's another Panther 2, kind of just asking to die. But I don't believe he's gonna not quite hit that Panther 2, but he will be focusing on this M103. He's prioritizing targets quite adequately, if I do say so myself. The last minute saying that M103 is moving too much. Instead, I'm going to shoot this Tiger 2. Who's at 100% health? Not anymore. That is the power of AP shells. If you hit, which that's a pretty big if. Let's be honest here. Artillery isn't always that accurate. Even with a full 100% crew, you got to be pretty lucky sometimes. So if you hit and you don't bounce, that's another big if. If you don't bounce, and if you don't critical, then, well, yeah, you'll hurt someone very bad. You'll probably kill tier 8 and lower with one shot. It's almost guaranteed. So it's one of those risk-reward things. Greater risk, bigger reward. So, and here, I think he's doing it very well, you know. Already killed 2 of the enemy team in only about 3 minutes into the match. 2 tier 8s of the enemy team, where tier 8 is a very powerful influence. Each team only has 2 tier 9s, and then there's a lot of tier 8s and tier 7s. So tier 8s are nothing to be scoffed at. It is really the meat and potatoes of the enemy team, of either team, really. So Low and a Tiger 2, both kind of tempting his shots, but he basically realizes he doesn't have the best shots on him at the moment. So he's really kind of just waiting to feel it. I noticed this is how he's been. Well, obviously, again, I've seen this replay. He kind of plays it to where he waits till he feels it, I guess, and then he takes the shot. And obviously his intuition is right, or has been. And so he's going to try to shoot this Tiger 2, but that was not his round, nor was that. And he's zooming in on a Tiger, but does he really want to take an AP shell out on a Tiger? It's one of those things of, oh, nope, he's not going to now, I'll tell you that much. He's not going to shoot at a target he can't see. Panther 2 coming into the fray in the south. Right now, his team very concerned. He's very concerned about the southern flank. This is mostly because his team, the majority of his team, went to the west and north. And the enemy team saw this and realized that with most of their forces in the forest, they had to push around south. And that's exactly what they're doing. I'm not saying the enemy team is wrong and not supporting the north. I'm saying they probably made the best decision they could. The forces to the north, though, really just decimating the enemy team. They only had 2 IS-3s in the south, so not really a force capable of repelling that many tanks. Our friend Andrew2012 here, very concerned. T-28 is asking, help Artie? And he's like, yeah, spot them. He'll say that here in just a minute. And that's basically the best way you can help artillery, is to spot enemy tanks. You pop your head out there, show artillery basically where the enemy's located, and they'll take shots at them as they're able. And the longer you stay alive, the longer artillery can see the enemy. Yeah, it doesn't really lend itself to you getting a lot of kills, but in a match where you're kind of in a precarious position, it's what you need to do. Again, right here, he's going to take a shot on this low. 57%, 0%. That AP shell just completely took him out. Now the North, still struggling to kill this single 103. GW Tiger killing a Tiger. Not a huge loss, but still, the enemy team is basically holding them up in the North with a single tank. And that's giving their artillery the opportunity to basically kill them. They have a medium tank pushing in behind them. That is a T-54 at full health. So something that is a large concern at the moment. And basically, South still in danger of a push. At least 1 or 2 tanks still down there. That Panther 2, no, Panther 2 is dead. I believe there's a Tiger down there and possibly a Type 59 as well, if I recall correctly. Right here, we see the low in the enemy base. Just took out a Tiger 2. Just 40-43 killing a T-29. There is a Tiger right there. He lets his team know. This is one thing Andrew has been very good about, letting his team know what targets he's attacking. But he also kind of, now he's letting his team know, hey, I switched targets here. That Tiger, not paying him any attention. It's a good thing too, he's dead. And he's like, I'm going to take a shot at this Type 59 track and take off 30% of his health. So, team's pretty even right now. The enemy team has more tanks, but they have more artillery, and they are certainly raining death upon the enemy. Should this turn into an artillery war, they definitely have the advantage given their faster moving, faster firing M41. T-54 in the North causing problems for that 103, which one-on-one can handle itself versus a Type T-54. But with artillery in the mix and ruining his day, the M103 is in danger. Especially considering the T-54 still has yet to take any sort of damage. I believe that was a 40-43 shot given by the amount of health taken off. And then I think the M103 got a good shot on him as well. And Andrew here will finish him off. So far, basically, Andrew doing a lot to help his team out. Taking out 3 tier 8s and a tier 9. Certainly doing his part for the team. He's looking to see if enemy artillery has been spotted, if there's any tracers coming out of the enemy base. And he will get no such luck. The enemy artillery is either not there or not firing, one or the other. T-28 hurting, but still capable of taking on a Tiger or a low. Not capable of taking an artillery round, certainly though. And so right now they have the IS pushing in the North, and I know this from previous experience, obviously. And the M103 pushing around middle. They're making a nice net, trying to catch the enemy, also trying to do a nice line, a nice simultaneous push across multiple fronts, so the enemy won't be able to basically hold them up at one position and just kill them one by one. So wise decision as well. I'll say also what was probably a good decision up until they pushed around the corner and got hung up was the push north. Basically the west pushed to the north. And I say that because, one, that gives artillery on the enemy team a harder time to shoot you. It's just the way the hill works. And not only that, it's the enemy teams, typically, Tiger getting spotted here, not really gonna fare too well. He's trying to take on that IS, but the IS can handle him. However, what the IS will not be able to handle is that GW Tiger. But as I was saying, the enemy team typically prefers to camp in this forest. They like the camouflage cover it provides, the hills are nice, and enemy artillery getting lit up right here. He's going to try and take it out, but it will get killed before he can actually take the shot. He takes the shot right as it blows up. It's of little consequence. He didn't lose a kill there because his shell was way to the right. So, even it is a wasted shot, but it wasn't a lost kill. So, Tiger here trying to kill this T-28 will do so. Good job for him, but he's not going to live against that M103. And enemy team kind of doing the magical forest thing I was talking about in the middle a second ago. The enemy team does like to be in this forest because it provides great camouflage. You typically can't see them shooting at you. So, to combat that, you just take the western side, push north, and come back around. But you do not, once you turn that corner, you do not want to get hung up, because that gives their artillery clear line of sight on you. And if you do push around that corner and you stop, you want to make sure you stop behind buildings. Or just keep moving a serpentine pattern. 40-43, moving back and forth, trying to stay alive here. But as you will see, not going to save him. Low killing that M103. We don't really know where that Low is at the moment. His buddy, the faster M41, pushing to the north. It is basically the longer distance to move, so it is smart to have the faster tank going there. It's more or less turned into a dependence on artillery this match in order for them to win. All they have left is Artie, and that Low doing pretty well for himself, getting 3 kills. He certainly isn't the cause of his team's loss. But at the same time, he's capable of winning it for his team if he plays it right. Now, our friend here, Andrew 2012, also doing well for himself, going well above what was necessary, what was required of him in terms of, like, basically being an even player. He has gone far above the call and will finish off this Low, not by a direct hit, but by burning him to death. And that's, you know, kind of how I like to do it too. Hey, saves myself a shot, and I just... some people just like to watch the tanks burn, and I'm one of them. Anyway, good amount of experience. If I recall correctly, this is a non-premium account, which would explain why he got Mastery Badge, the Ace Tanker Mastery Badge from this. And also good amount of credits. That would have been far more had he had premium. And, well, 50% boost. So, add about 20,000 to that. Anyway, as you will see, he got 6 kills. How many of those were tier 8s? He got 1, 2, 3, 4 tier 8s in that, a tier 9 and a tier 7 artillery. So definitely going well and above what he needed. Well, technically, okay, this is how I view matches. You basically kill your equivalent on the other team and then you've done your part. Theoretically. And if everyone does that on your team, you technically win. Technically. Very rarely is that the case. Had he not loaded those AP shells, had one of those AP shells missed or bounced, chances are pretty good his team might not have won here. And that would not be very good at all. He damaged that Type 59, didn't quite get the kill, and he was very accurate with his shots. 8 shots fired, 6 missed. I mean, 6 missed. No. 6 hit. So that is far more accurate than you typically see on the higher tier Artie. Most of the time you see splashes and splash kills as opposed to direct hits. So very lucky. Also a great deal of skill. You know, he waited for the time when he knew his chances were best to take those shots. He led the targets right. He aimed at the right spots on the tank. Typically you want to aim in front of the turret so you have that little wiggle room of, hey, if it tries to go a little high, it will hit them in the turret. Ideally. Anyway, very good job, my friend. You got Top Guns M103 on their team? On your team. Okay. M103 on your team getting Sniper. Yeah, you don't typically get Sniper as an artillery. Anyway, if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you have a replay like this guy did, send it in to spanglereplays@gmail.com. I will certainly give it a look over. It certainly helps if you tell me what you got in the match, because that lets me know right off the bat, hey, should I commentate on this or not? And it saves me some trouble, but at the same time, I'm going to watch it all the same. Anyway, this has been Spang, and I am signing off.